Yeah, I'm all new to all this sort of derby chat, but it's obviously a massive game for the club, both clubs, for all the fans. A massive game in terms of the league table. I'm really looking forward to it. It's been a tough couple of weeks, but it's very rare you go through a season without having a couple of tough weeks. And it's been good to get all the boys back together and do some proper training on the field. Last week we only had one session before we went up to Sale, and yeah, we didn't play particularly well, but it's good to get everyone back and get everyone on the same page, and it's a massive game and we can't wait for it to start.
It's quite a tight turnaround, isn't it? Because obviously they come up from 6 stations and then straight back into it. How tough is it to reintegrate them straight away into what happens and the systems that you've got here?
Yeah, I think you think it's just going to happen straight away, but it doesn't. You've got 15 guys who all wanting to play the same way, and it does take time. And as I said, we had 1 hour last week to prepare for that Sale game, and the margins are so fine now that if you're not quite there, if you lack a little bit of intensity or a bit of detail, you get turned over. So this week's been really, really important for us. The guys have come in really honest about where we need to improve, and it's great that we've got Leicester at home to really sort of test ourselves to see where we are.
Say you're new to all the derby days of atmosphere. Yeah. You've had one already, obviously the one at Welsh Road, and it nearly went the Saints' way.
That was an absolute cracker, wasn't it? It was a great start from us. They came back into it, and we got a draw at the end, and you know, both teams moved on into the competition, and here we find ourselves five months later. Great time of year to be playing. You know, dry pitch, 2 good teams. Yeah, it's been an absolute belter, and I'm sure the 14,000 fans here on the weekend are really looking forward to it.
You spend the time you're away trying to, you know, drop Saints calls out of your head and pick up the England way of doing things, and you come back and you've got to reverse the process. You know, you've got to relearn line-out calls and phase plays, and you've got to get familiar with the guys around you as well. So, like last week, we had the likes of Will Hooley playing first Premiership start alongside Luther at 12. That, you know, coming back from international duty on a, you know, bit of an emotional high for the last few weeks, and you know, there's lots of things that, you know, we just didn't quite click as a group. So yeah, it is difficult, but it's, you know, it's part of the job. You're a victim of your own success to a certain extent, and you've got to get on with it. And I think we've done that this week, and the lads have trained well today, so we're pretty optimistic going into the game.
So it was important to have that game then to get it out of the way and obviously move into this next one now.
Well, no, not necessarily. We never want to concede games. We don't want to use games as you know, warm-ups or anything like that. But you know, Sale were a real test for us, and we've got an opportunity to go and play them again in a week or so's time. So you know, we'll earmark that game now. You know, we've got a point to prove there. But you know, the Premiership's a long season, and it wasn't won or lost last weekend. You know, as long as we learn the lessons and get on with it this week.
This game this weekend obviously means a lot to everyone around Northampton, and obviously a lot to you as players as well.
Yeah, we've spoken about this in the meeting already today. You know, likes of Paul Diggin, sort of Northampton through and through. They know what it's about in the city and what it means to everybody else around. So you know, the local rivalries and everything. So you know, we know this is the biggest game on the calendar. You know, we know the local derbies are always big matches, and they're always full of controversy and emotion and everything else. So we've got to make sure we manage those things and you know, get our end of, you know, perfect on the day.